video is about protecting your children from people who are targeting you, uh, or it could also be from predators. Sometimes predators can't, get in reach of a child. They will try other ways. Example being with my daughter. She goes to a school. I mean, it's kind of fledgling, but I mean, they're trying to improve more and more, and they're getting better and better. Uh, but of course, in such time that God's will, we will put her in a brick and mortar, and then she'll probably just become like um, I don't even know what they call it, like a cooperative educational relationship with the school, because you need in-person interaction too, and we just need to have the things in the particular supports in place, because I'm very selective. The school she goes to where we live, the county we live, actually I'll say the city and the surrounding townships, because some of them there is a lot of crime. There's racial targeting, there's religious targeting, um, and you have kids that should be young and just gaming or joking around about games or school sports. Instead, they're carrying knives and guns to school, and they're bringing, gang and ideological memorabilia and this type attitudes into the school system. And so that being said, my daughter's laptop, it's a school-owned device. They keep hacking it, so she has a hard time doing her homework, especially if I post a video about us being targeted. They will always retaliate against her, and so she can't do her homework. So she has a hard time. That also causes, CPS to somebody to, start saying, oh, you got to log in and do this and this, or they'll be flagged now, and then you'll get a phone call from the truancy officer, that kind of stuff. And we have managed to keep the screen over her camera, the little sliding lens covered. I can't always control when they turn on the microphones, but we do try, and they retaliate. And that if you are being targeted, especially by a racist group or by whatever, it seems that the net is wide for grabbing people to target my daughters and myself. Somebody throws a wide net, and that being said, if people are targeting your child in one way or another to mess with their education, be sure you're open to the school. Tell them about it. Tell people in your community about it, whether they want to listen or not, whether they ignore you or not, and so people know. This is America. This type of behavior is not tolerated. And when people target a child, people should get real pissed off. This is the devil targeting an innocent child just trying to get an education. This is wrong. And this is government money being wasted because these scumbags are destroying equipment that belongs to the taxpayers or to educational firms that are supported by the taxpayers. And the attitude that law enforcement or even people in education or people in the community have of gaslighting, or they're like, well, yeah, that's way above our heads, that's too bad. That shouldn't be the attitude in this country. And the latest thing they've done, every now and then they'll force updates. What they'll do is take the Wi-Fi card on the laptop, they'll disable it for us, but enable it for them, and then they'll do forced patch updates, which screw up stuff. Everything from the trackpad to the microphone to the speakers. Take the camera offline permanently. Oh, you don't let us see her? Then nobody's going to see her, even her teachers and her principal and her classmates. That kind of stuff they will do. Or they will hack and they'll disable the Ethernet card that controls the the Ethernet cables, so you can't plug in, and that's the kind of stuff that people do to target a child. And lately, they have also, oh yeah, they always probably have some kind of story like it's our fault, or it's her fault, or it's my fault. Um, but it's pretty obvious it's not. We had to reset the network adapter because this one I can't quite figure out, but they did enough to it so that I couldn't find it in settings. I couldn't find it in the driver profile or the hardware profile. So we had to completely reset the network adapters, all of them. That's the only way that we got it back. Otherwise, she couldn't use internet, period. It would basically become a standalone device. But they've done this kind of stuff before. Actually, one of my laptop, they did that to me and they ruined the laptop because I couldn't access the internet and I couldn't easily, it doesn't have a CD-ROM. I couldn't load the drivers back on easily. And since, we're targeted in so many ways, as this channel documents, I couldn't afford to order a CD-ROM that I could plug in through USB so that I could fix this. And then in the end, they disabled a whole bunch of other stuff. There is so much malware on there that the only way that I could have used that laptop was to do a total wipe. And the problem therein is that they did something to the laptop that they partitioned the hard drive, and some of those different sectors on these partitions I can't access. I mean, some of this stuff I haven't done for 25 years, and I don't have the time. There's too much other stuff going on. So that laptop, I dismantled it. I'm going to give parts to a PCs for People, or is that what it's called now? PCs for People, which is a black-owned business that helps people and lower income areas. As far as I know, it used to be People PC. I'm pretty sure, and they've been doing this stuff for 30 years, helping people who are low income get access to technology. So eventually, it's going to be shipped off to them so that they can give it to a family in need. Eventually, along with a lot of other tech gear. But that being said, when people are targeting an adult, yeah, that's wrong. But when people are targeting a child, that's absolutely monstrous, especially when it involves interfering with that child's education.